Hey, I'm Liria. I'm a self-taught digital artist, and today I'm going to do a color study, and you can study with me, or at least, well, I'm going to try and explain what's going on in my head when I'm picking colors. Months ago, I did some color studies. Well, more specifically, color and light studies. The reference I have for us today is less about lighting, so we are not going to get into that topic. The goal of this video is to freehand pick the colors of our reference image. So let's get into it. We are going to draw this apple. This is going to be a quick study, so I'm thinking maybe half an hour to an hour at most. The first thing I always do is turn my canvas background into a gray color, just because you can see colors better on a gray background than a white one. To start off with, when you start a color study, you want to get the main color of the background. It's kind of hard to do when there's a lot of different colors in there, but don't let yourself get confused. Just pick a random color and start with something and put it in. And it doesn't look quite like I want it to. I feel like it needs to be a bit more saturated and maybe a bit more towards the yellow hue. So when you do a color study, you need to focus on the three parts that make a color, which is the hue, the color, the saturation, and the value, which is light and dark. And obviously saturation is the amount of color intensity in the color you picked. And then just try to get the background main colors. We're not going to focus too much on this because we want to focus more on the apple itself, but it's very important to get the colors that surround the apple as close to what you can see, since the colors next to the other colors influence each other. Color context is very important, and they are what tricks your eyes sometimes. Like, the colors you see are not always the colors that they are. This dark spot here, I don't think this color is right. Let's make it darker and a bit more saturated, which often, if you pick dark colors, you can make them more saturated. Usually, sometimes obviously that doesn't work, but most of the time it does. Just because they don't look as washed out then. This is alright, and up here we have this blue color coming through. I'm not sure where to pick it. Like, is it really more towards blue? Is it a grayish color? This is more like it, but maybe a bit darker. That's the thing, the colors you are seeing often look like a color, but are not exactly this. Like, this isn't a blue. It's towards the blue hue from the green yellow hue we started out with, but only towards it. It's not actually the blue hue you need. And gray often looks like blue anyways. Like, it doesn't really matter where on the wheel you are. When you go towards gray, it often just appears more blue than you would expect. So I'm trying to be quick about this, since I want to make a quick study and not get myself distracted while picking all these colors. Obviously, I'm a bit distracted because I'm talking to you, but I don't want to stiffen up, you know? If the colors you are picking don't work, just try to pick more colors and think about what's wrong about the one you picked right now. Like, I'm trying to pick this greenish color here that's in between those more yellow parts. I think this color is also very yellow, so let's move on from this one. Shift the hue a tiny amount towards yellow. And then let's make it lighter. And I don't even think it needs much saturation. This could be it, right? And over here we also need some very light yellow colors. You can see this yellow isn't the one we needed. We needed a bit more greenish yellow. It's a bit too warm. It needs to be cooler. Ah, that looks more like it. And now this blue doesn't look right anymore either. So yeah, it's a try and error. Just try to get the main colors you need and figure it out this way. And we also got a huge amount of white, and it looks like true white, which usually like true white and black you don't really have much, but this is a picture from outside. Not exactly what you would use for still life. Usually they're set up inside with one light source, but I don't know, I like the apple, and since this is more about picking colors than studying lighting, I thought it's not that bad, right? It's not that bad. So we need this very light white in the in the foreground, and then it's also here and there, a little bit up here. But we need this color be lighter. Sometimes my color picker just jumps around. It's very annoying. I don't know, it just does that. Okay, I think this is enough for the background for now. Like, it's not detailed or anything, but the background is anyway is out of focus anyways, so it there it goes, jumping around again. Do you see this? I mean, you probably can't tell because you don't see my pencil, but I swear it just skips. It skips to wherever it wants to be. I just want to pick my color. Why do you have to skip around? I don't get it. Okay, wait, so now I'll actually stop drawing on the background. I always say I stop and then I never do. It's terrible, it's like addicting. No, but we actually want to start on the apple now. Same thing you did with the background. Try to get the main color of the apple and just draw its shape, like the whole apple. Just ignore all the reflections, all the shadows, all the other colors that are in the apple for now, and just try to pick its main color. Well, what kind of red are we dealing with? I feel like it's more down here. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just being tricked because we have a green background. And that's a bit dark, isn't it? Well, we could start out on a darker color. I think that might actually be a good idea, but is it the right shade of red? Question mark. Okay, let's get a hard edge brush, just because we can. Today is a very bad drawing day for me. I don't know why. I already started doing one of these studies today, but I lost my mind, so I went for an apple instead because I was suffering through drawing plums. I don't know why I was suffering so much drawing them, but I was. Okay, let's get the soft brush again and let's try to figure out the main color of this. Let's make this smaller. I think maybe my references today, I just have them so big. Sometimes it helps to just look at this from very far away so you can see all of the colors at the same time. I also didn't size my canvas correctly. Usually I would do that, but today I really don't care about the edges of this. I only care about the apple and what immediately surrounds it. So let's try to figure out what kind of red we need. This is too orange. I feel like the core of the apple has more pinkish tones. So let's move the hue a bit more towards pink. But that's too saturated. So let's get that away. I feel like that works for some places, but not for all of them. So let's just put it where I think it would be useful. Like up here, we've got these, where we got the blue part, where the apple is reflecting the light from the sky. And around that are these little purple pinkish parts, and I think it might be useful to have this color around there. And down here, it's not the right color for there. Maybe just leave it off. Okay, we need this more orange tone in it too, so let's just put that in for now. And over the edge there. How dissatisfying. Okay, let's draw in the next main parts, with which would be the shadow down here. There's like this really dark part that's kind of, it looks like true black, which once again isn't really a thing that happens often, but I'm guessing this apple has been edited to look like that. Let's concentrate on the dark red color that's next to the shadow first, because we're going to need that more. Wait, let's get the hard brush again. I can't deal with the soft brush going over the edge all the time. This is too light. I feel like the value has to be down a bit. Maybe, no! Stop jumping! Yes, that looks more like it. And then just draw it in. My apple's looking so wonky. The next thing we should draw is this reflection over here, this like light pinkish color. I think it's important to get that in, but we do need the soft brush for this. Maybe we should also like smooth the edge here. This looks alright for the bottom part of the light, but the top needs to be way lighter. This could work. So yeah, it takes a while to figure out where to pick all these colors, and I'm still struggling with it all the time. It really depends what color it is. Sometimes I find them quickly, sometimes it takes forever. The more you do this, the more you get an eye for where the colors you are looking for are at, and you'll also get used to the colors tricking you with like the color context, who they're next to each other. When the colors look like colors, they're not actually. You get more used to this like that. And then we have this white part over here. It literally is white, right? I'm using an off-white though, it feels so... Where even is the real white? Okay, wait, let's move that out. Meow. Ooh. Do you see this part here going up? And around here we need more of the saturation. I should go back to actually drawing with the pencil, not the smudge tool. It's just the smudge tool is so useful for edges and stuff. Like this edge, trying to draw it right would be so difficult, but when you go in with the smudge tool and the right pencil, it's way easier to make it nice and clean. Nice and clean. It goes on to look like this. No! So this part here also has like a few yellowish spots, so let's move the hue more towards yellow. And I'm always saying towards because it looks yellow, but it's right next to the red color, so it might just not be yellow. That's usually the case. Like I said, they try to trick you. Because if you actually go and drop the yellow in here, like you would try to do, I used to do this when I didn't know how to pick the colors that I needed, then it just looks wrong, because even the yellow light that gets reflected in the apple is still influenced by all the red light around it. So it's not true yellow or green or something anymore. Just talking about green, the edges of this apple are picking up a lot of green colors from the surroundings. So maybe we should go on and add these to that. Like I said, I want to be quick about this. This is more difficult because green is on the other side of the color spectrum, so maybe just move it a bit. I think the direction would be more towards... Maybe this could be closer towards this part. Maybe it is even actually at green, but yeah, I doubt it. Because if we go over to green and it's literally the opposite side of the color wheel, then it's just going to look goofy. The contrast is so high that it doesn't look natural anymore. So stay away from the colors that that you are trying to pick. They gaslight us. They want us to suffer. See this yellow orangey color? Looks green. It looks green, right? And that's how we get all the color theory memes. I still don't really understand it. I mean, I understand that it's because they're next to each other and they've influenced... Ooh, it does not work on this side. And that they influence each other, but come on. Well, at least I've gotten better at picking them. We've got this little part over here. And then down there. I'm pretty sure I'm not good at explaining any of this. But it's because since I'm a self-taught artist, I haven't been taught this with like a teacher next to me. I've watched videos about it, obviously. But I never had to explain my process or like know the words to explain stuff, so I always just forget them. Like, I'm very forgetful anyways. I forget everything. How am I supposed to know all them terms? But oh well. I'll try my best to remember for you. Well, I mean, this color looks nice, but we don't need it. Oh, let's add the really, really dark shadow down there that just looks so black. We're not gonna actually take black for the shadow just because... See? It looks black. Didn't need it. But we did use real white for the white parts. Was that a mistake? I don't know. I do not know. Let's blend this up a bit. Oh, not like this. That just looks dirty. This part here, like this, is way too dark. And it's also not the color we already have here. I feel like this color is a bit too orange, so let's move it more towards pink, like the true red hue here. I'm not sure about the saturation and the value though, so let's just put it in and take a look at what seems wrong about it. I think it's too saturated, right? I'm not having a color picking day. It looks a bit too muddy. Let's just put it in and find out. We need more saturation on the edges of this. La, 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 la. A little bit of saturation never hurt nobody. Probably say that every time I draw. So what? I like to overdo it with the saturation. So while I'm trying to figure out the colors here, at least I'm going to try and talk about something entertaining, like, how do people always hate on other artists? I don't understand it. Like, there's some idiots out there that always just judge other people. What? You're enjoying drawing, but you're still a beginner? How dare you? How dare you upload this if it's so bad? Like, I don't understand people's problems. Like, you can upload your art whenever you want to. You don't have to be a certain skill. You don't even have to be a certain skill to call yourself an artist. It's just ridiculous. This gatekeeping art. But that's the beautiful thing about art, that you can't really gatekeep it, you know? Idiots. Okay, this up here isn't blue enough. It's bothering me. It's too purple pinkish. Maybe we actually need to go more towards blue, like a lot. Nah, that's just gray. Oh god. This? No. Okay, let's put this white here first. It's the white parts that have me struggling. I don't know what's... Hmm. Okay, we need this to be more saturated and a bit lighter. That's still pretty purplish. That looks like the color that's up front here. I think that's fine, but the back of this... Maybe I can actually go way more towards blue than I think I can, because it is reflecting the blue color of the sky. So maybe I can actually be more blue. I'm the blue now. I picked it, so I am. And then we got all these little purplish parts, which actually looks like this purple, just all around here. As you can see, I switched my brush from the other brushes I was using before to this canvas one. I have no idea where I got this brush. Okay, that's too dark. The color over here isn't right. We need a richer red. Maybe this? Right, this... it's less the color that's here, a bit over here. Just drop it in wherever. I think I need to take a step back. Like I said, I'm not having a good day with colors today. It's maybe because I'm stressing myself making this video that I can't concentrate on picking them. Maybe because I won't shut up. Like, I could just be silent throughout this whole time. Oh damn, we're already at 30 minutes? But then again, like, I could speed up the process, but it's a study with me, so I want you to be here with me throughout the process. Maybe if I were planning to make a longer drawing like I did before, then I would shut up and draw a bit on my own and just speed up the video for you, but I'm not doing that now. Does that look alright? And we still need the other, like, purplish parts over here. And we also need, like, the rim lighting. Wait, let's add the little stem at the top. Looks kind of sad without it. Chip. Oh god, wait. Oop. Well, that's not exactly what it looks like, but it is what it is, I think. Or maybe not. Okay, this edge part here is way lighter in my reference, so let's make it a bit lighter. And I feel like it's also not as pink as the rest. Maybe move this up a bit. Does that look better? You know, at the end of this, we're going to take a look at how close I got the colors. I don't think they're that close. The last few color studies I did a few months ago, they were way closer, I feel like, but I did them one after another, and I guess I was just more practiced back then. Kinda lost my picking skills, like the accuracy of them. Because I do still pick my colors myself a lot, but they don't have to be as accurate as when I do a color study. So I'm way looser picking them. Okay, let's push this part down. Then we also got the way more yellow hues in here. I guess it's the greenery around. It's getting reflected, so let's try and find the right color for them. Maybe let's pick this brush again for that, because they are so soft in here. It's a red apple. How many colors can be in there? I don't know. A lot? Never ending? Okay, what's the problem with this color? Is it like too saturated? Is it not dark enough? I don't feel like it should be too dark since it's next to the light, but... Let's just try to get like less saturation. Does that look better? Maybe I should make this bigger again. No. No. More saturation it was. Maybe it just needs to be a bit darker. That looks better, right? Well, I'm gonna go with it. And then we need this up top too, like this. It has a like hard edge on the top. And on the bottom, it kind of like moves into the highlight. We're gonna take this brush and just... too much. Too little. Oh god. Is that? Oh, no. Thought I still had my... This is what I usually use the smudge tool for. I mostly just use it to like get edges right or... Oh, and we have this like reflection over here. Why didn't I pay attention to that? It's really missing. Wait, first let's get the edge of the apple a bit more accurate. Okay, we can't only use this for that. Maybe the fine liner. I use this brush all the time for edges and stuff, because I don't know, I just like how you can control it. Do you see my brush sometimes just stopping in the middle of a line? I think the tip, the very cheap tip I bought off of Amazon or something, is not really good, but I've been suffering through using this tip for a while now. Why didn't I order a new one? I don't know. I have to I have to do that. Okay, let's add the highlight down there. I feel like that's not white at all. That's more like a pinkish color. So let's pick this one. Okay, that's way too pink. That looks about right, right? It's got the Harry Potter scar. And after that, it's just going up there. Alright, like this. And then it turns into this this kind of color. So yeah, I am using the color picking tool, obviously, but only on the colors already picked for my drawing. Nah, that's wrong. Needs to be way more towards. It's so funny when I try to explain to like non-artists or like people who have nothing to do with colors that the colors that they think they're seeing are actually not the colors that they're seeing, and they don't understand what I mean. Maybe I'm just terrible at explaining it. And I mean, honestly, colors are an illusion. So if you see it as green, does it really make it less green? Not really. The colors don't exist, so how could it not be not green if if it looks green to your eyes, you know? The nice thing is that when you understand how to pick these colors, then you can go on and exaggerate them. I'm also trying to get somewhat of the texture, even though I'm mostly focusing on the colors. Just looks better when you have a bit texture. I think my my recording stopped again like it always does. I don't know what's with these screen recordings. I probably just don't have enough space on here. I don't know. I would hope that if they say they're recording and then just randomly stop, they just tell me. And the last few times when the recording stopped, like this software kind of records up to 20 minutes and then it stops, but it gives you a warning that the recording just stopped and you can go start a new one, you know? Well, I guess I'll add the missing part of the progress with the automatic time lapse from Procreate, but I think this is about it anyways. You can see I didn't manage to pick the colors as well as I wanted to. Like they're a bit different. Okay, let's check out how different they are. I feel like mine are way more saturated than they need to be. Yeah, it's not a hard guess. Whoops. Okay, this is the color I picked for this part over here. Let's look at where the actual one is. It's probably way less saturated. Oh god. Okay, wait. So the hue is a bit different and the saturation. But it's not that far away, you know. It could be worse. Okay, let's see for the reflection, because I feel like this one is very bad. Like look at this. This looks very brownish. Mine is probably way too saturated. Whoa, damn, wait, what? No. Is that the right color, or is the color picker slipping? Ah, okay, that makes a bit more sense. Let's look at what I picked. Damn, way off, way off. See, I didn't even have to move that far towards green. I thought I did, but obviously I didn't. We learned something today. You don't have to go that far. Okay, this is what I picked. I feel like I always go way too fast to the edges, right? Okay, and this is what I should have picked. See what I mean? I always go off to the edges when I don't have to. Okay, this color is what I should have picked. Still recording. So this color is what I should have picked. And then this is what I picked. Close enough. A bit off, but it's alright. And I mean, the black is way blacker than what I picked. Like, I could have... Oh, it's full on black. I didn't want to go that far down. I could have. I mean, it was pretty obvious. But I didn't. Okay, like this purplish color up here. This is what I picked. It looks like lavender. Anyways, pretty pastel. And then is what I should have picked. Oh, they look the same. Wait. Oh, that's close. Finally something. That looks close. And then this color, I didn't place it right. But this is the color I should have picked. And then this here is the one I wanted to pick for it. Oof, it already looks so wrong. Well, and I added so many of these like dark parts here. Are they? And then I guess this is the color I picked for that. I just want to make stuff darker for whatever reason. See what I mean? I'm always at the edge. I need to step away from the saturation a bit and just spend more time in the middle of the color wheel. And the thing is, I know that I have this problem. I still end up repeating it all the time just because I'm so used to doing that. And I mean, I like the oversaturated kind of look my art has, but sometimes it doesn't look right just because you need a bit of balance, you know. And also saturation is a great tool to just lead people's eyes to where you want them to look, and if everything is saturated, then you can't use that. So I should get a grip of that and just spend more time here. What else can we pick? Well, the background, like this green is what I had. And then is this green somewhere here? You see it's all different. None of those greens look like the one I picked. Wait, let's open this up again. This is what I picked. And then this is what I should have picked. Wait. Okay, well, this one wasn't that far off. At least the hue is right, you know? Oh, and this is the one I made yesterday. I also recorded it, but the recording just disappeared into the back rooms because apparently the screen recording thing on the iPad is actually very bad, and sometimes it'll just throw away your files, and then it was gone. So I had to abandon these grapes, which honestly, these grapes were hell. I don't know why I decided to draw them. They're honestly a bit too much for a simple study. Yeah, so that was my first study with me video. I'm sorry if it's a bit messy. I'm sorry if it got boring. I don't know what you do. Maybe you listen to this like a podcast. Maybe you sat there and try to guess with me where the colors are, like you're watching Dora the Explorer or something. 1 hour and 20 minutes. I'll try to cut it down. I'll try to cut it down to something that's easier to watch, you know. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you like this video. Also leave a comment on anything you think about. I honestly don't care, whatever you want to comment. Me and my friend Mi made an artist Discord support server with a small community where you can share your art and ask for feedback and also share resources and anything related to art, really. Go check it out if you were searching for a place like this. Any artist who wants to share their work is invited. If you like my art, you can support me on Ko-fi. I also offer commissions over there if you want one. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.